Veo 3 has been out for about a month and the creativity people are doing is totally insane. It's by far the best text to video generator there is because it also adds video and audio put together and it's ultra realistic. And channels like the Yeti self-blocking has been totally taking off, and channels like that are making money with these AI and automations. And in this video, I'm going to show you one such automation, an N8N automation that creates Veo 3 videos on autopilot that you can then schedule out and post on your channel and make money with it. But be wary, if you don't use this the way it is and you don't watch the full video, then it's going to cost you money for every trial and error process. So make sure you go through the whole video and watch to the end to understand how it works. My name is Altus and I've just lost about $50 on just trying to make this YouTube video for you. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you follow along. And as always, this is going to be really fun and really interesting to watch. So let's get into this. So just in case you haven't paid attention for the last week or so, Veo 3 is here and it's totally amazing, and it's from Google. It's an upgrade from the Veo 2 model. It is text to video AI generation, but it also adds sound to it, and it's in 4K and the result is totally stunning. It's by this far the best model out there, I think, especially when it comes to creativity. I've seen someone remake a whole Jurassic Park on it, so it's really good, but it's really expensive to get, especially if you're gonna get it in Google or Gemini, and especially if you're gonna get the API key for it. So it's really expensive but really good to have, and people have been getting insanely creative with it. Like this channel, the Yeti channel, has absolutely just been blowing up with the Yeti blocking. I saw some stuff on Moses and Bible characters, and you can see it's really blowing up. This is because it's really funny, some of it, and really interesting. It's just so ultra realistic. So luckily the API key has come out, and a service called Fal now offers the API into it for pay as you go, which means we can do awesome stuff and add N8N automations like this in here. So just before we go any further, just 1 minute quickly on this. Remember to go check out the two communities linked down the bottom. The one is the paid one and one is the free one. Obviously in the pay one, you get free access to Go High Level, and you get a bunch of training products that's going to help you sell AI and AI agents, everything from voice AI to automations to vibe coding, chatbots. And we're going to teach you how to do outreach with email and SMS and where to get leads. Plus you get a bunch of free stuff in that when you actually sign up for it, about $4,000 of value. But if you just want to go check out the free course, there's a bunch of free stuff in here that I just keep on posting every week, and here you can download for free. But let's get back to this video. Yeah, so it's got two, which does the same thing, but it's an AI automation that does the Yeti thing, and I've kind of asked it a modern historical character kind of thing. So, and that's really good, and you get these results which you can just download, and this is just a version obviously of my Yeti one.
Rule number 1, always keep your camera steady no matter what.
I mean, look at the eyes, look at it's just so crazy real. I kind of asked to do like a Moses retake in the modern world. Not that good, not that smart, I guess. I think it got confused what Moses did, but another version of it.
Sometimes you have to make your own miracles.
Looks like a real man, real backyard. The water looks amazing. Kids doesn't look too great, but what I wanted to show and test is water features. Really good, always.
Sometimes
Really good with video generators to test water effects, by the way. But anyway, real man, looks awesome. Moses doing a water separation thing. So the possibilities is absolutely endless, and you can really use this in a business model. And if you don't have to sign up to Gemini and you can pay as you go, means you can charge a client as you go. However, it's a bit expensive, and I'll show you how that all works. And I'll just give you one tip. Make sure you go out and find someone's automation and someone's prompts somewhere. because you want to do as little testing as you want and as you can. So as you can, because each test costs you money and it's going to rack up. And the more you mess up, it's always good to mess up and have things not work, because that way you can get it fixed and working as you go and you learn that way. But in this example, it actually cost you a bit of money on it, and I had to pay again. Felt the I had to pay some more money into it because it's just absolutely chewing through my money. But anyway, um, my problems at the start were the two prompts were split up or split together, and then splitting them apart makes it a lot better. I also got some prompt examples from other people. Thank you very much, RoboNuggets, for helping me with the prompts. But things just kind of went wrong and didn't work quite 100% well. And I set it up this way, and this works really well for me. User tested, try other people's, but we'll go through this and I'll explain how it works, and we'll use another example in here, and we'll think of something else to go for. So I kind of set it up here as easy as it is to understand, and there's not much that you have to actually do and change. So obviously, first thing first is you're just going to have a trigger. You can either have a manual trigger or you can have a time trigger. For this one, we'll test it out as we go along. So first thing is to come up with the idea, and for the idea to have a couple of things, and it's actually really good to log them into the website, into a spreadsheet, and from the spreadsheet carry it over into the next AI generation. So like I said, I had these up in one to create one prompt for everything, and it just did not work. So I highly suggest keep it apart like this, but again, up to you what you do. So and I'll give you the spreadsheet in here, but we're going to basically give an AI prompt. It's going to split our idea up into an idea, a caption, and an environment. And having the caption, the environment, and then giving it to a new AI model will just help you getting a better final prompt for VO. Again, like I say, you don't want to mess this up too much. It's kind of like just a double checking and double checking. But anyway, you have your basic AI model into it. You should know by now to set it up. If you're going to download the prompt and import it, it should work straight from the start. And all you need to do is obviously add your own API integration. In here, we're using 4.1 for it, but all it says is you are going to give me an idea about anything. And this is the prompt I needed some help with, as you can read through it when you get into it, but it's just a way of actually splitting it up. And we're also talking about putting it into a JSON format, because when we split the output into a JSON format, it means those JSON variables we can remap into our spreadsheet. So all I'm saying is for it to create a good, stunning idea with a great environment, but I'm also telling it to limit the characters as well. So you can read through the prompt, just use the prompt as you want. And yeah, this is the important part, is the output part. And when you connect it to the paraphraser down the bottom as well, that's where it kind of comes from. Okay, just some examples in here. JSON example, but this is the output that I want, is JSON example, because we can map the caption, the idea, the environment, and the status, which we'll have later on for production at the end when we map it to the spreadsheet. So for this, we won't save this, already saved, but let's just come up with some sort of new idea. And I also saw a Bigfoot version of this. So never good copying other people's ideas if you're going to have it in the live structure, but give me an idea about and let's test this. For example, let's go out. It might just totally fail the YouTube video, but let's say you're going to set this up for a landscaping company for little videos on there. So let's say oops, working on a landscape. So you can turn this into kind of a saleable automation for a business. So a landscaper working on a landscape, changing it from ugly to beautiful. Oops. All right, so we got that in there, and at the test in there, and we'll see what the ChatGPT comes up with. And I should link this puppy up in here first. Test the step. So it comes up with a caption, an idea, an environment, and a status. So watch a landscape transform a junkyard into a paradise. Nice. The idea, the environment, and off for production. When we come to our sheet, it'll be the next step. So come in here. So it comes up with those 4 things, and then we're just going to transfer it over to the sheet. So when you import this and you're going to do it for yourself, I would suggest you come in here and you copy this and keep it separate. Duplicate it in here and have one in here just to refer to you, because a lot of times in here, when you come in and add your own sheet to this, it will reset all these values. Okay. But all you want to do in essence is we are gonna map what the ChatGPT module gave us, and we're going to map it into the sheet. So we're always going to start with the ID, and the ID that we're going to call up is just going to the row be the row minus 1. So Excel spreadsheet calculation equals row minus 1. Why is that? Because the row we're on, the first one, the second one, is always going to be number 4, but our ID is going to be 3 because we got one line in here. And then we're just mapping each one in there. So mapping the idea to the idea, the caption to the caption, and the status and environment all together in there. So that's all that is to that one. And obviously we're going to check in production whether it's full production or not yet. So we can come back in here and you can see it is now still hasn't been done, hasn't been executed. We don't have a URL yet. So the idea, caption, environment, just transfer over. Now we're going to use those 3 things. And again, I highly suggest you copy this prompt because I tried many of them and they did not work. But we're going to capture those ideas and we're going to tell a new ChatGPT module to take those things and make it into one good prompt. So you hook up your ChatGPT and your think process, and they always have this module in here. It's a really good module just to tell it to think about what you have done, okay, kind of thing. So this is going to build our master prompt. So you're just going to say, give me a VO3 prompt for this idea. This is the environment, but we need to give it some system messages. So I just had this, totally missed the system messages, and I just got random stuff all the time, short stuff, long stuff, big prompts, little prompts. And the best part is to add a actual system message in here. And again, you can read it out, but we need to talk and give it some direction, because the module can either be audio or not audio, the quality, the length, and we need to give that all a bit of detail. So we just give it a system prompt, and then we just add some examples and some rules to it. So what you're going to do, you're an AI agent, and you're going to create a hyper-realistic photo. This is the required structure, video, prompt for a video. So your main character, description of the character, they describe the physical environment, time of day, lens, audio, and background. Rules for the prompt. These things are really important. That's why I say use this prompt and copy it over like it is. Pause the video, copy it, paste it. I don't know. Do this. If you're going to try and make it better, you're going to waste a lot of money. I promise you. I can't stress this enough. But just who you are, what we want. These are some rules. Don't do this. Okay? Right. So I hope that kind of makes sense to it. So we'll just run this one and you'll see the example it comes up with. So give it a couple of seconds. So you can lead through it, kneeling amid an overdue shopping cart and rushed car parts. A landscaper in a widow overall films himself in a wide angle lens, slightly shaking camera. All right. So this is going to be quite interesting. All right. So we'll see suitable link, the Chris Russell Waves description. All right. let's see what this comes up with. So it just used our examples to do a really good prompt. Now, the next part that you need to do is you need to go sign up at Fal.ai. Once you sign up at Fal.ai, and we'll go over it soon, what is Fal? You need to sign up, you go create yourself an API key. And once you have an API key, so sign up, Fal.ai, you're going to come home, you're going to come API keys, and you want to sign up to your API key. And I'll come over this soon as I hit the run button in here. But you're going to get this, and you are going to come over to in here. And all of this is already set up to run the API through it. If you want to know how the API works for the VO3, you can come in here, Fal VO3, and in the API instructions, it will tell you what to send out and the input and output for it. So calling the API, submitting it, what it should look like, okay? So all you need to do is remember to put in your API key and the authentication down here. So you'll come in here, authorization, and it is key space API key, okay? So you have this in here. That's the where to send the API post request, HTTP post request, the header, and then we are going to send the body, and all the body is going to say is just the basics of a prompt that says what we had before. So keep these the same, and it's just prompt in here. Now you can play with these and add some other options into it. We have batching in here, but you can read through in here and see what the actual extra details there is for you. But most of it, the input's only prompt, okay? So yeah, have a think about it, but definitely use that straight as it is. Here it is, sorry. So I was just looking for this part in here. So these are the variables that you can send if you want to. You can have the prompt, you can have the aspect ratio. The more you put in, the more it will cost. However, I think that 8 seconds is the maximum. As far as I know, enhance the prompt. You don't need to put those in there. So I just have this because we want to output of that. So enough of this. Let's just go hit the test button in here, and you'll know it works when it actually says in the side here, queued. If it says anything like authentication error, error 400, or anything like that, then it means it doesn't work, or you might have run out of credit. So while this happens, your next step should be wait. So you should wait for quite a while. We put down 600 seconds by default. I have it in 5 seconds in here because we'll go for the next step real fast. But while it creates this in the background, and I'll show you where to check on the website as well. But Fal.com is pretty much the image, audio, video generating version of OpenRouter. So if you don't know what OpenRouter is, it is basically a place where you can find API keys for just about anything and everything. So instead of you having to sign up at DeepSeek, instead of you having to sign up at OpenAI, instead of you having to sign up at Claude, you just sign up with OpenRouter, put some money on this credit, and you can use these things. You can use the Gemini module, the GPT module, the OpenRouter module. I forgot how many they have right now. Let's have a quick look. 443 different models to use. So really good, and they always have the latest. This is the latest from Gemini, so it's really good. So you get everything together in one place. So instead of having to shop around, sign up, put credit in all these accounts, it works really well with this. So Fal.ai works the same in the sense where it has one place where you can have all your generative AI modules. So there's VO, there's the latest clean versions, and pretty much anything up to date or new will come out. I think VO1 has only been released a couple of days ago, so it takes a little while for it to come in and come out. So what you also need to know is obviously you're going to have to add some credit to your account, number one. Number two is VO3 is really expensive. So when you click on it, you can see the actual pricing. So for every second of a video you generate, you will be charged 50 cents with no audio and 75 cents with audio on. So those 8-second videos is going to cost $6. This is why I say do not mess this up. And if you're going to try sell it to a business as a business channel, you're going to have to work those. And if this is going to run daily, it's going to cost them $6 a day. So I don't know, charge them a bit more for it. Like these channels, most of these videos, let's have a look at this video.
Eat muffin.
This is a minute
To
long.
go. Now she's part of the crew.
So
She slept by my side last night, and now she's part of me forever.
once, so back in here, 60 seconds. So I was checking my calculator out. That is a $45 clip right there. Right? So $45, a little bit cheaper when you do it directly into Veo yourself. You'll save a little bit of money for it, but quite good entertaining because you get a little results. And if you're going to do this and monetize TikTok, you'll get your money back for it. If you do this right, copying and pasting this and using your own channel like this is not going to work. So you got to start thinking of something yourself. Now, hopefully I talked enough and this is run. So you can see in here requests. So you're going to come to Fal, you're going to come to your video 3, and we are going to see in here. So this old fella here is played.
Watch this. Every bit of trash turns into pure life. Watch this. Every bit of trash turns into pure life.
Absolutely horrendous video. I do not know what's happened there. That's $6 wasted, okay? So you can see how I just changed the prompt to try and do something cool, and that just does not work. It's not cool, it's not funny, it's not going to bring in anything, and it's $6 wasted. It's a really good example of how that does not work. So actually what I'll do, should I have enough money on here, is I am going to make one more video and we'll go back and come forth. So I'm going to pause this and then execute a new one, and I'll show you what it looks like. So in fact, let's just finish this one. So all it is, we're going to finish our seconds. It's going to come through in here, and 5 seconds. You should change that to 600 at least. Then it's going to execute from the previous one. We're going to get the ID and get the Q version for it. And then from that, we'll get a URL. And then from that, we're just going to go into our actual spreadsheet, and we're going to add that in there. So there's our URL. We're going to find the ideas. We're going to change. So we're going to find the idea. Then we're going to find this and change it to done. And then we're going to update this module. So that's all it says down the back here. Find it, add that, change that. So hit that, comes in there, awesome. So all good with that, works really well. I'm going to pause in our next video when we come back. Thanks, and we're back. So all I asked it to do is to do a person at a famous landmark. And it did this one with the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but then it adds like a weird random line in there, but still pretty good. Like, I still rate it, it's still really good. It just shows you when your prompting sucked. I don't know why that's absolutely in there, but it does a real good job like that. But then some things it just totally falls out the box. I thought if it can make ultra realistic like this, maybe it can make ultra realistic reviews, and I kind of tried it. Oh, This one is that I tried Jesus parting the sea and then the pyramids in the background, and yeah, that's pretty good too. Go puppy. It's got quite dramatic sound, so really good if you're going to add that to a channel and that's going to be your theme as historic famous people doing some stuff. It's going to be really good. But I tried and I thought, imagine it can make video reviews for you. So I tried it, and maybe if you work on your prompt, you can kind of get there. But
Thanks, Altus, for all your help. You rock.
right, so I think anyone will be able to tell that's AI if you're going to start doing your fake reviews on it. So yeah, look, I think it works really well. I think it works really well if you're going to start something up like this. You just got to play with those pricing and see how that works for you. Really cool automation. I will chuck it down for you to download, and you can get the website with already Excel sheet and everything as well. So where will you find all these things? It will obviously be in one or two communities that I'll post it on later on. I have this for the AI agency mentorship program that's going to teach you how to do everything to launch your AI business by starting it out, adding some stuff into high level for 5 to 8 agency channels, and then building out different voice AI systems to sell to businesses and automations that's in there and vibe coding that's in there. Plus, I'm going to show you how to do cold outreach and email using Instantly and SMS as well. So you got building a full product with different AI systems to it, to doing outreach and scraping. So really good in that. Plus you get a bunch of extra free stuff, and you get about $4,000 of free stuff, including free Go High Level in there. So definitely make sure you check that one out. But then also there'll be some stuff in the free community. You're just gonna have to look that one up. I'll leave the link below. It's the AI agency free resources, and I always add a couple of free stuff in here. I like these, and I just made this AI super agent that I found with really good prompts for that. So lots of free stuff, lots of stuff that you go try. I'll just go pause the video and bolt this through, add the prompts. Like I say, this is going to cost you some money. I'll show you in here. What are we up on? I'm sure this. Let me go see my billing so far and pricing. Oh no, account. Where's my account? Billing. And I'm up to 50 odd bucks just for the stuff in this video. Trying to make it, having the automations. I've probably spent another 50 bucks earlier on by not having this all right and set up. So yeah, be careful. Is it really good? Yes, it's really, really good. Is it going to be worth it? Well, you think about it, especially maybe want to sign up for VIA yourself. So I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you follow. Hope you subscribe. And I hope you find this video very helpful. And yeah, join those communities. Definitely join up. There's money to be made in AI at this time.